Moses Malone Jr. Yep, son of the legendary Moses Malone who brought my city a title back in '83. I still remember the parade, and now we got King James. But anyway, he went on the Ruler Report. He letting it all go about his relationship with Wack 100, Houston, the James Harden situation he was involved in, Jay Prince, Big U. Make sure you check out the full interview. I'll put the link in the description. Wait till you hear this. Let's get to it.
Tell me your relationship with Wack 100, because when we talked prior to, you told me that your relationship with Wack 100 has been a complicated one, but in some respects it was a necessary one.
Yeah, so how I came across Wack is that remember when the BG paperwork came out?
Yes.
And they were talking about BG and snitching and all that stuff and the paperwork. Well, I was the one that originally posted that in 2016.
Really?
I had had that paperwork for years, right? So when I saw that go viral, because in that time, when I alerted the streets of Houston that Blunt was a snitch and BG was a snitch, nobody wanted to listen to me. You know what I'm saying?
What year was this?
This is 2016. Yeah, so when I saw Wack 100 start talking about it, right, somebody in Houston gave me his phone number. It was like, man, give him a call or whatever and explain your story.
Hey, it's a lot of backdooring going on in Houston, bro.
Right now in Houston it's like a bunch of snakes tangled up with each other, biting each other, trying to figure out how to get out that knot. That's how it is right now. It's bad out here. It's bad in Houston right now. The nightlife up, the streets up. Ain't no money out there. People is broke. You know what I'm saying? The scams are up. You mean this is what happens when you have the federal government out here pressing down.
Okay, I know I threw you off. So we back to Wack 100. So you made Wack 100's acquaintance when somebody from your city told you, hey, Wack is on BG's tail, take his number.
Yeah.
And that's how the beginning of your relationship started.
Yeah, I want to say this is maybe 3 years ago.
Okay.
Probably three years ago, something like that. And, we had a good conversation about the BG and Blunt situation. And then we talked about he asked me about what happened with James Harden. And, we had a good conversation. Then I did a Clubhouse interview with him it was about an hour and a half interview where he interviewed me about the whole situation. And after that, me and him didn't talk on a regular. You get what I'm saying? We weren't like regularly talking, but when the James Harden and Big U stuff start happening, right? Then the conversation start picking back up.
I'm sure they did because he wanted to know. He wanted to put himself in the middle of whatever was going on. That's typical Wack Keisha for you.
Exactly.
Well, yeah. When I read the paperwork, when I read the paperwork for the Big U stuff, it says in there, right in there, it says that it says the keywords former NBA MVP, current NBA All-Star. So when that paperwork came out, it was 2024. So that means that if it was a current All-Star and a former MVP, that means I just went to the All-Star game from 2024 and looked at the roster, right? There's only 6 players. Giannis Antetokounmpo, Steph Curry, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, and the Joker, and James Harden. Well, out those 6, who would be the nigga that's affiliated with Big U?
Man, come on, bro. James Harden. James Harden is the basketball player in the Big U case, and he's testified cooperating with the federal investigators after being finessed for the money by someone known as AB.
The AB part, pretty easy. Adrian Broner, we already know he liked to gamble, and we know he liked lining people up. You know what I'm saying? But for Harden, unreal. We're going to go through this paperwork real quick, then we'll get back to Wack, and we'll keep y'all posted afterwards as well. This is on page 29 of page 107 of the Big U complaint. All right? It's section 37. This is after them talking about check-in payments from entertainment athletes, and various other people that come through LA. It says, CW1 then recounted that a large buy-in dice game occurred in LA in June of 2019. The game involved a professional boxer AB, AB's associates, and several prominent NBA players. According to CW1, AB and his associates fixed the game and cheated the NBA players out of millions of dollars using teased dice. Following that game, Henley directed a group of Big U Enterprise associates to rough up AB, who did not check in with Henley, and to get the money back from him on behalf of the cheated NBA players. In this case, I guess it would be James Harden. Multiple members of the Rolling 60s ultimately arrived, and Henley used them to press AB. CW1 said that Henley was involved with the incident because Henley was involved in and or would approve of any dice games or similar events such as parties involving large sums of money and prominent NBA players and celebrities in LA. Multiple persons involved in the incident who have since been interviewed, including former NBA players, confirmed that Henley was paid $100,000 for negotiating this debt. However, each was later approached by associates of AB and told they still owed the money. CW1 was aware of other instances where NBA players or other celebrities would need to work with and get approval in advance from Henley in order to ensure their safety at events in LA. Then there's a footnote that says, and I guess this is from law enforcement, I am aware through interviews with NBA players that Henley was then paid a commission by some of the NBA players in order to threaten AB and negotiate the debt down or away.
James Harden.
James Harden.
Yeah.
That's how you know it's him in the paperwork.
That's
because
called mathematics. You ain't got to be a physicist to get that together.
yeah, so that was in 2024. And, me and Wack talked about it, but he was being a little shaky about putting James Harden's name out there for, I guess, maybe some LA, I don't know. Yeah, you could tell he really didn't want to release it or go in on him. You know what I'm saying?
Interesting.
Like he didn't want to say, hey, man, I know what Jay, because he started telling me, oh, I have to have his name in the paperwork. And I'm like, Wack, I got messages with you that, you're saying that it's James Harden. Why don't you just go ahead and, run the content? So what happened is that when he didn't run the content, I basically made my Instagram page public from private 6-7 months ago. Then I start running my own content. And then guess what happened? Other people started catching up. CEO Munchie, who I don't have a problem with to this day, regardless of whatever he's done. He broke that story of James Harden being a snitch, and in the paperwork, and it went viral. You know what I'm saying? It went viral, and then it just spun there. Then everybody started paying attention because I start posting the paperwork and this and this and this every day. And, my page has been public for 5 months, 6 months, and it went from 450 to 6,000 followers. So I guess everybody's paying attention to Houston, I don't have no fake followers. I ain't bought no followers, nothing like that. But some reason, I guess the stuff that I'm posting is factual, so people start paying attention. But dog, but on the real dog, in all due credit to Wack 100, and I want to be very clear because we're going to get to that in a second, is that me and this guy's conversations, we've talked business, not like me and him doing business, just regular daily stuff, right? We talked about the Big U, James Harden situation, Blunt, BG, right? Now, would he ask me stuff about rap a lot? Oh, yeah, all the time, right? But the thing is that I don't have nothing to tell on rap a lot. He has a back door in Houston.
What?
It ain't me. I'm telling you that right now. It ain't me. He knows it. He's not going to tell me who the back door is either.
My people told me it was like when G Money had to shut down the Carter on New Jack City. He said they mama house up last night in Fifth Ward. They trying to keep it under the wraps. So that mean that city losing respect. You know what's next? They're gonna try him. They say his son and went to Florida since all the exposing on him is starting to show people he ain't who they thought he was.
But he definitely has a back door out there in Houston, a big one, because he's broken some hell of a stories on Jay Prince and them, like about that gambling situation with Takeoff. How did he know that? I wasn't there. How would I know who the three people that were in the scheme of the trick dice scheme? I wasn't there. I wasn't there. I was not there. I'm not in the streets. They haven't seen me in 9, 10 years, dog, outside anywhere. How would I know that information? I don't know that shit. He has somebody that I'm pretty sure he probably is paying a couple of bucks to that's in that circle down there that's giving him information for a couple of dollars. And like you know, dog, I've told you and I stand by this, any interview that I've done with anybody, I have never asked anybody for a penny. I don't need the money. I don't want the money. I didn't ask you, oh, dog, I need this. I don't want anything. I don't want anything from anybody. So I don't have to do that for money. The type of information he's getting it from people inside that are in Fifth Ward, that are around Jay Prince, that somebody doesn't like them.
All right, y'all, there it is. I know the comment section gonna be filled up, man. I don't usually engage, but I'll try to engage this time. I know this is gonna be heated. You had everybody in there. You had the exposers in the chat. You had anti-Wack in the chat. You had the Ruler Report trying to mediate it because Wack was on his show a day or two ago, and they had a good dialogue. And it's just a lot going on, man. If y'all haven't added in the comments, I'll try to participate with y'all, man. But appreciate y'all tuning in. It's your boy Dell. Second take. Till next time, man. We out.